What's going on, everybody? We're about to discuss the NFL Week 13 Thursday Night Football game against the Redskins and the Cowboys. Now, before we get into this, a lot of people were very skeptical of Dak Prescott, skeptical of Dez Bryant, Cole Beasley, the defense overall without Sean Lee. A lot of stuff like that was going on. And that's why I urge people to try to be objective. Even if you don't like a team, like a lot of people just hate the Cowboys. And like I told you guys, I can't hate any team because I don't feel that I should cater to any one team because I commentate about it. I don't think it's fair. So it suits me that I just enjoy the game of football and I'm able to look objectively and see what's going on. Now, we could look objectively and see that the Cowboys were struggling tremendously without Zeke Elliott. That's not like a secret or anything like that. The bigger issue about everything, though, is we have to now understand this. This is the key to the whole situation. Kirk Cousins is a bum, right? This is why the Washington Redskins don't want to. It's just something about him. I don't know if he doesn't have. I don't know what it is because I like the guy. I think that he can do things. You know, you like that big thing when he got a win that didn't even matter when he's going back into the locker room. You know, he has like this whole thing about him that people just are trying to figure out, like, what is this guy really doing? Now, you go up against a defense that has no business, you know, doing anything. People have been so critical, hypercritical of their defense without Sean Lee. And you go out there and play the way you played. And then everybody wants to say, yeah, you know, it's so sad that the Redskins didn't give him the extension and stuff like that. Maybe the Redskins know something that we don't know about this guy. Because he can go out there, beat a Seattle Seahawks team, you know, do certain things that's spectacular. But when you need him the most, he doesn't really step up and do what he's supposed to do. And I know it's kind of funny that I'm talking about the Cowboys winning this game and possibly making the playoffs because he reminds me of Tony Romo. He's like that guy that can get you some big plays in certain games in the regular season and stuff like that, but then he'll lose games that he's supposed to win. It does, you know, just watching the game, I'm like, what is this guy doing? This is a game that's handed to him on a platter. Now, you might say the Redskins defense didn't play well. You know, it didn't have a lot to do with what Kirk Cousins was doing. That's you're not being fair and objective. Because, like, the whole situation, I know that he's missing a lot of key players. Certain people are on injured reserve, you know, Terrell Pryor, stuff like that. I understand all that stuff. But with this defense and the offense that he had out there, he should have done a lot better. That's what I'm saying because he's already done it prior. It's like this. Even if Aaron Rodgers goes out there, right, and he has no receivers that we know their names of or anything like that, he's not going to lose to the Cowboys in this same game. He's just not going to do it. That's the difference between, you know, great quarterbacks and quarterbacks that are just trying to get paid and he's just trying to get his $100 million deal. Whoever signs Kirk Cousins is not getting a winner. Why do you think they did that in San Francisco? They went with Joey Garoppolo. It was all the stuff, Shanahan and Kirk Cousins, and he went with Garoppolo. You guys can't read between the lines and understand that this guy Kirk Cousins is not that guy. He's going to still get paid, but that's not the issue. The issue is if he ends up on your team and he continues to play this way, you don't expect anything. You're not getting a guy that's going to be able to do anything that's going to have longevity with your franchise, is what I'm saying. So I just wanted to make sure that I touched on that because people always ask my opinion about, you know, specific things and guys that are going to get large contracts and deals like that. And I just got to be honest about it. I love that these men are getting paid like that because look, you're blessed, bro, to go out there and be able to play the sport that you love. Well, some of them don't really love it. They just love what the sport brings them. But for you to be, it's a very volatile sport, and a lot of things can happen to you that, you know, are not really good for longevity, for your family and stuff like that in the long term. So these guys are blessed to go out there, and I'm so happy that they're able to do that and to enjoy the fruits and benefits of what comes from it. But at the end of the day, if they're on your squad and you're a diehard Redskins fan or you're a diehard whatever fan, and this guy Kirk Cousins comes out there and does stuff like this, when you expect them to win a game, you know what I'm saying, that it's on the platter for him. A team that's struggling, a team that if you beat them this game, their lights are out. It's done. But instead now you give them hope. And now Zeke can come back and kind of give that playoff push. And let me tell you something. If the Cowboys make the playoffs, I don't think they're one and done. I think this team is still dangerous. And I've been trying to tell people that the biggest thing about the Cowboys is that Zeke Elliott not being there is a huge setback. And if they're somehow able to do whatever they have to do to get there and then Zeke comes back, I'm telling you guys, That's the way it works. You see, you count everybody out, right? And then, like I said, to me, I've told you guys in previous podcasts, Des Bryant is still a bum. Like, the things that I tell you, I stand by what I'm saying. I told you guys, I said, look, let's not count Dak Prescott out. He's still, he's a young QB. He's trying to figure out what's going on right now. You took away something that he had with Zeke and stuff like that. You can't blame him for inheriting a great offensive line. You got to see how he grows. He's going to have games like this where he comes out and balls, all right? Dez broke a tackle. He got excited and stuff like that. I'm not really Dez is a bum, and he's an overpaid wide receiver. That I'm very, very consistent with that. But the overall team scares me. The Dallas Cowboys team scares me because they do have an explosive offense, and that's something that can get them far. It's the defensive side of the ball that can hurt them. But don't tell me, for any reason that they can't possibly pull something out against the Eagles. See, this is what I'm saying. The NFC East and these rivalry games, you don't know what's going to happen. That's why the Browns and the Steelers are always like tough games like in the past, even though we all know the Browns suck. Like, it just depends on the rivalry. It depends on what's going on. They know each other. They play each other a lot. These things happen. So this blowout that we saw, this wasn't something that was surprising to me at all, because it just made sense. Because Kirk Cousins, you can't bet on him. This is what I'm saying. If you have to bet, right, on a quarterback that is very, very iffy and sometimes gives you something, sometimes he doesn't, sometimes he's this. When you got a quarterback like that, you don't know what's up, you don't know what's down. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. That's what I'm trying to explain to everybody. You guys got to be able to understand, like, look, Kirk Cousins is what he is. You know what I'm saying? Kirk Cousins is exactly what he is. And it's as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? We have to understand that this game, if Kirk Cousins is the real deal, Kirk Cousins is going to win this game. Okay? The Dallas Cowboy team is just, bro, they're drowning in the water. They're drowning. It doesn't make any sense that they're able to do this. It doesn't make any sense that you get blown out by a team that, bro, the defensive players on the team, we don't even know who their defense is. A lot of the players on the defense, we don't even know their names. And you go out there and you do this, and then you expect to get $100 million. Well, I can't say expect. He is going to get $100 million. He is going to get $100 million. Like, it's not even a question about it. This dude is definitely going to get $100 million. You know what I'm saying? So we have to understand that we're going to have to deal with that regardless. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the situation, Kirk Cousins is finna get paid. And it's unfortunate because a lot of other quarterbacks that are going to be in the same boat as Kirk Cousins, like iffy, this, that, you don't know what you're going to get. Those guys are also going to get paid. So you can't stop what the NFL is, but at the same time, I'm just telling you right now, we can't blame the Redskins organization. We can't blame them for what has happened. You understand what I'm saying? We can't blame them for not paying Kirk Cousins, for seeing something that we couldn't see. Because it doesn't make any sense that this guy lost like this. And this is why a lot of people around the NFL has said that they would not sign Kirk Cousins long term. Why would you sign this guy? There is no benefit to signing Kirk Cousins because this is what you're going to get. You're going to get the same exact thing over and over again. You're going to get a guy that's an overachiever, that's going to win sometimes, but he's going to lose most of the time. So why would you pay this guy? You know what I'm saying? Why would you put your team in a situation to where you know that in the most critical moments, he's going to come up short? That's the biggest thing about this game. That was my takeaway. The Dallas Cowboys possibly making the playoffs, I already knew that there was a possibility that they would win this game and then something miraculous would happen and then it'll be exciting because that's just the way the NFL is. And that's just the way that I think they draw it up to make it like this so that it's more exciting because at the end of the day, whether the Dallas Cowboys are a terrible team or they're good, they're still America's team. They still got that star in the helmet. They're still ready to go. And it is what it is. So now we just have to wait to see exactly how the rest of the season transpires. I want to thank you guys for listening to the recap. Definitely listen to me on iTunes, Android, and iHeartRadio. GmiasWorld. One love.